afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, January 30, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We're having a reverse aging health call tomorrow night after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about the condition of the human body in this country. The straight scoop. Currently, now. When we look at all of the rhetoric and all of the, how we maneuver in this life, and you begin to learn how others operate by their responses to certain things. If you have someone that's very aggressive and angry, the ego mind is fully in charge. If you have someone that is at peace, in kindness, and genuineness, then you know they're in heart mind. This is a good way to tell. It's not a judgment, it's an awareness. So you can learn from these others that are operating, the gods that are operating in these other human bodies. And it's a good teaching because we learn from them. They show us ego mind in raw form. And it reminds us and causes us, in most cases, to focus more on heart-mindedness and how to command the ego mind, where the ego mind becomes our servant, which it makes a good servant. You direct it, you're aware of how it operates, you are operating through heart-mind, and this is how you're able to use it as a tool. Eventually, you won't need it. It will come into peace and realize that it is at peace, and then it will no longer be there because we created it as an illusion. Ego mind is an illusion. It is there specifically to teach us how to master it. And then after we've mastered it, it's gone. At the same time, at mastering our thoughts. Because you can identify the ego mind's thoughts. It's easy. And you have a feeling, and so when this thought comes in, and how it feels, how the thought initially feels, you pick up on the fact and you say, that's ego mind thought, I'm not interested in that. And it'll just pass by. And you may have dozens a day that come in. And you just say, that's ego mind, I'm not interested in interacting or giving it any further attention. And it's the same with anything. You send a thought out to the universe. We send out a lot of thoughts to the universe every day. We're not aware of all of them because they're so quick. We don't spend a lot of time with them. They just shoot out. We shoot them out. And then, of course, on the other hand, we have all these other thoughts coming in, not going out. They're coming in. And that's how you know that they're not your thoughts. You send thoughts. We all send thoughts. We generate them, and they go out, and the universe responds to them. And a lot of times we create them into our reality without even being aware that we've done that. Most of the time. And in actuality, as we know, we all generate thoughts that create our lives. So you say to yourself, okay, every thought I generate contributes to my life. It could be neutral, it could be negative or positive. Now imagine what happens when we slowly but surely begin to master our thoughts. Now, how do you do that? How do you master your thoughts? You leave the mind alone. How do you leave the mind alone? Meditation. It's like we do in these meditations. We find a comfortable place where we're not going to be interrupted. We relax into our bodies. That's the only way the body's going to relax. We relax into our bodies. No substances are going to even come close to that for your body to relax. So you relax into your body. You're as still as a statue. And you focus on your breath rising and falling. This moves you into heart-mindedness and out of ego mind. So you can watch the mind operate. And you're not judging or anything. You're watching how it operates, how it thinks, what thoughts come in. And after a while, you get pretty darn good at it because you can pick it up. You're not paranoid or anything or over-trying. You just know this is an ego mind thought. I'm not interested in engaging it. And you get into a habit of just doing that. It's just automatic. You don't. It comes in, you look at it, you go, oh, it's ego mind thought. I'm not interested in it. And slowly but surely, you begin to embrace more and more the heart mind. And then it gets to the point where you're in heart-mindedness most of the time. You're walking around, you're in heart-mindedness. Running errands, you're in heart-mindedness. Traveling in your vehicle, you're in heart-mindedness. So it becomes a front and center choice for us. We choose it. It can't be forced. It just cannot be forced. We choose it because we want it. It's like anything. And so we manifest it. We choose things because we want them. So we want to become highly enlightened beings through our awareness. We will be because we chose it. And the neat thing is that we learn and experience it. This is why I always talk about, the technologies. Technologies are good. They're like training wheels for the civilization. So they're not something that we will always have or need. And that's why I talk about being manual, which means we do things for ourselves, and it keeps us humble. It keeps us in gratitude. And this is very important. So we do things because we want to do things. It doesn't matter how many technologies there are, right? You say, no, I want to do this the regular way, or however you want to name it, right? The old-fashioned way, the regular way. Instead of having this technology do this for you. Before you used to do it for yourself, so you say, I'm going to do it for myself. It's fun anyway. And we find that we begin to move out of, not like that, but we begin to move out of it. What do we move out of? The suffering. As long as we're in ego mind, we're going to suffer. And I don't believe anybody can contest that when they're honest with themselves. You kind of look at yourself that you are a natural, which means that you're constantly drawing things to you. Doesn't matter, could be good, could be bad, could be in between. But we're constantly drawing things towards us. It's not like you've got to go out and toil, right? You create, you magnetize, you manifest, you 24/7. And you don't do it. See, here's the difference. A lot of us will do it with anticipation. And then it doesn't occur. And so we are disappointed, let down, which is suffering. And on the flip side, we attract it anyway. See? Isn't that wild? We all attract it anyway. It's a matter of fact. It's not like it's our every waking and sleeping moment. We do it all the time. Now, how many of us actually embrace that or recognize it open-heartedly? Yeah, well, we actually attract everything to us. Yet, we are taught to toil, strive, grab, pull, push, run, rush to get somewhere in this life, when in actuality we are already there. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius. See, it's like you have this life, right? And what do you do with it? You create it every step of the way. You create your happiness, you create your sadness, you create your anger, you create your frustration, you create your confusion, you create your awareness. It goes on and on and on. So doesn't it make sense that we, as a people, as a civilization, as a species, carrying around God's pure consciousness, doesn't it mean while we're in these bodies, we are absolutely super creators all the time? And the irony to it is that we don't know that. We don't know it. We kind of blow it off at times. Yeah. Have you ever been, we all go to, once in a while we go to the food store, right? There's a parking lot there. And you kind of just nonchalantly, you're not really super focused. So, it'd be nice if there was a space right up by the door for me to park. And you let it go. You just, as you're driving there, that's what you say. And then you just forget about it. And the next thing you know, you pull up, and there's a space right there that a car had just left open. There's no coincidence. You manifested it. Everything, all the energy, that other being at this perfect time got in their car and drove off just exactly when you were coming in. So no other car could take the space. You created all that. Specifically. Every detail. Now most people say, yeah, they don't believe in that stuff. It's just a coincidence, right? There we go. Coincidence is a word that we use it to explain things in a way we don't understand. And you go into the food store, they have a sale on something, and you like that product. And it sells out all the time, right? So you say to yourself, and it's not like you're boom with it. You just say, boy, it'd be really nice if I was able to get a few of these before they're all sold out. And lo and behold, you walk up to where the product is on sale, and there's just enough there for you to get. Exactly. And you feel real good about it, and you just say, wow, that's really cool. See, when we express ourselves to materialize or create or manifest something, we do it at ease. We don't do it obstructively, you know what I mean, pressured or intensified or like we got to have it type thing. We just put it out there. It'd be really nice if that would happen. And also, it'd be okay if it didn't. And so that you don't have attachment. You don't have expectations. And there it is. This happens to all of us. in our lives, off and on. But we're not aware, or we just don't acknowledge it. We just kind of blow it off. See, in order for something to come to you, you have to let go of it. That's a real flip, isn't it? That's not how we're taught. It's, what do you mean I'm supposed to let go? I really want that. Just surrender to it, period. You're not sitting there gripping it. You just let it go. You already have it, is the point. It's already yours. Well, how can that be? Can't I? I'm not holding it. See, this is where the ego mind comes in. And it actually detracts from your intent. So it brings in doubt, insecurity, questioning, lack of trust, and the whole 9 yards. And then it doesn't materialize. And we stop it. Nothing else stops it. We stop it. And we question ourselves. Is this really going to happen? We have these conversations with ourselves. Or when is it going to happen? See, this is how we start going down low frequency path. Because it builds, see. We start at the tip. And we start saying, and then we start feeling yucky because we've brought ourselves down to a lower vibrational frequency. And then we find ourselves blocking it even more. Oh, this is never going to happen. I don't know why I spend my time with this. See? That's what happens. And we say it very convincingly to ourselves. We don't do it half-assed. And so it's about us being aware and making a choice. Do I really want to go this direction and question what it is that I want? Right? Or do I want to choose I will choose to go down this direction because I know I can manifest anything I choose. There's no doubt there. And this is through heart-mindedness. And see, the interesting thing about this is that there's a lot of people that are very analytical and they want proof, see. They want actual proof that this isn't just a bunch of spiritual bunk, that it's the real deal. No? You get in a room with a few quantum scientists and you watch them prove it. You say, Alan, look over there. Where? Anywhere. Just look. You've heard me bring this up before. So they have spectrum analyzers. On a very small scale, they can pick up what happens with that space, while Alan is focused on it. And so they record it. And they say, Alan, come here. Just so you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are a manifester, we're going to play back this recording that we just did of you focused on that part of space in the room. And so Alan sits down and he starts to watch. He actually sees particles appearing out of thin air. And they begin to multiply the longer he's focused on it. And they begin to form. Well, Alan says, wow, this isn't a joke then. It's just not all made up. No, this is how powerful you are. This is what you can do. In fact, you can do it whenever you choose to do it. See, eventually, we will not need starships. We'll need them. I'm not saying tomorrow, but Eventually the civilization won't need starships. Why is that? Because we'll have learned that we can transport the gods that we are anywhere in this universe and beyond with like that. Well, how can we do that? How is that possible? Because we are it. It's like the drop in the ocean. You hold the essence in the drop of the ocean, even though you're a small drop. And then when you fall into the ocean, you become the ocean. See, the biggest trick that we design for ourselves is the illusion of separation. It's an illusion. So what about this universe? It's an illusion. We create the universe so that we can learn experience. Are there organic universes? Sure. So this is how we learn. We learn every split second. We learn from ourselves and what we do, how we do it. We learn from others. We learn from nature. We learn from anything we watch and see. It's what this is all about. You watch a being doing something, right? They might be building something or putting something together, and you're watching them, and they're literally showing you how to do it. And then, lo and behold, you might watch a few more, and then you say, I can do this, and you do it. It's phenomenal. So we progress because we desire and want to progress. Is it because we know that we don't care to be in lower frequencies any longer, that we have chosen to go into higher frequencies step by step by step? We have been in third vibrational frequency for a very, very, very long time. And you know what? That's good, because we picked up a lot. We learned a lot. And now, many of us have decided that we are going to transcend and we're going to move into higher and higher frequencies by our own choosing. Don't care to suffer anymore. Don't care to fret. Don't care to worry. Don't care to stress. We've done it, all of us. We've done it so many times, through thousands and thousands and millions and billions and even trillions of years, that we say to ourselves, it's time to move on, up and forward. And this is all done in heart-mindedness. And we will continue to step into higher and higher frequencies, which we manifest for ourselves because we like it. We enjoy it. And the more we enjoy something, what do? We create more of it. Then you'll find yourself being in total peace. That's a big shift, because we're never at total peace with the ego mind. Really, we aren't. It may seem that way at times, but we're not. We are not totally at peace. And most importantly, ourselves. You imagine going through many lifetimes and not knowing who and what you are. So we go through this repetitiveness. Yeah, we have lives, we pick a body and we pick a family and we go in. And eventually people understand why they don't have memory of their past life yet. Okay? Because unless you're heart-minded, and unless you know who and what you are, it would be very, very challenging for us to know our past lives. We don't think that. See, we don't believe that. But when you see not the body you're in now, okay, but you see another body that you're in, that you're living a life. And certain things, you watch certain things. You're not interacting. You're just watching. And you see what you do and how you operate and everything. And wow, I can't believe I did that. See, now understand, you're an ego mind. Ego mind's very insecure, never satisfied. So you imagine what would happen, and you're in a highly emotional body. And so you see a past life, and you're devastated by it, emotionally, because of what you witnessed. See, that's the danger of this. Sounds real great and fun, but since we're in such highly emotional vessels, it can be super devastating. Just one view of one life that you've had, not the thousands of others. So this is why, step by step, why we've designed it this way. We come out of third dimensional frequency by choice because we know what it is. We know we created it. Okay? Then we move out of it by mastering our ego mind and our thoughts. And then we go into higher and higher and higher frequencies because we choose to. Not because we have to, it's because we choose to. And we start embracing it. We start to form an intimate relationship with the God within us. We forgive ourselves for all things in this life. And we begin an intimate relationship with ourselves. That's what this is all about. And that's how we've designed it and laid it out, even though most of us don't remember us doing that. And so what happens with that? Well, figure it out. You end up ascending through awareness. Does that mean everybody on the planet will ascend? No, because we all know that there's a lot of diversity. There's a lot of different perceptions. You could have 100 people watching something happen, and then when you go back and ask them, "What did you see?" It's all different. This guy over here saw it this way, and then this woman over here saw it that way, and a variable, huge amount of variance in between. It's those of us who choose, who in a way we created things so that we would. Everybody says, "Wake up." You wake up and you start realizing a lot of things. It could be mid-path of your life or earlier or later, and you go, this doesn't cut it anymore. This is not right. And so then you go within, you start delving, and you start reading, and you start looking, and you start learning more, and you become more and more aware and more clear, and not through judgment. And then you say, it'd be really nice if when I can master my ego mind. You got to know it before you can master it. And the same with your thoughts. You got to know them before you can master them. And in eventuality, there will be many of us who will ascend into a much higher vibrational frequency and deep eternal love, total peace, joy, and bliss, which has always been there within us. And when we choose to manifest something, it's a cinch. We don't work arduously for weeks in order to have it come. It's a cinch. You see, because everything within your heart center, that, okay, this will be manifested. And you leave it alone because you're not concerned about when, how, flavors, whatever. You just know it's coming in. As soon as you put it out, it's being created. And then you just leave it alone. You won't fixate on it. See, because when you fixate on it, you're going through the ego mind, which then forms attachments and expectations to it. And then when it doesn't occur, because of that, you're frustrated, let down, you don't feel great, you're disappointed, and that means you're suffering. And I do not believe that many of us will suffer, that that'll end. because we'll know why that happened and how it came about. So in the quiet time of this meditation, this is all about us, you, truly recognizing, really, truly, deeply, who and what you really are. Because you're not that body. And what that means to you. What that means to you of who and what you truly are. The depth of it. How do you embrace it? How do you feel about it? You feel threatened. If you feel threatened, you're ego mind. If you feel lighthearted and open, you're in heart-mindedness. This is a celebration for each of us to become aware enough where we ascend into much higher frequencies because we're the ones that manifested it. We manifested it because we discovered many things. And then you say to yourself, simply put, whatever I'm thinking about is what is being manifested. Kid. And you could be manifesting a compulsive worrying habit. You can be manifesting an intimate relationship. You can be manifesting your next meal. You can be manifesting world peace. Whatever you think about will grow and become your experience more frequently down the road. Now the big question is for all of us, are we clear, crystal clear, about what we want to manifest and what we do not want to manifest? Joining the meditation, I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body. Focus on your breath rising and falling. Your heart holds a deeper truth that the mind cannot fully grasp. It will always bring you back to peace. Let go of the busy mind. Relax into the purity of your heart. Living from your heart aligns you with the natural flow of this universe. This is where miracles unfold effortlessly. Today, shift from trying to control life to simply feeling the flow of it. The heart never fears or resists. It embraces everything with trust and the perfection of each moment. When you live from the heart, you realize that everyone you meet is a reflection of your own divine light. Trust the gentle whispers of your heart. They are guiding you back to the real you. Feel the sweetness of your heart today. And you'll find all the peace, love, and joy you've been seeking is already within. Life is much simpler than it seems. It flows through you with every beat, every rhythm, and every pulse. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We'll return here Friday, January 31, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call, and after 9:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our reverse aging health call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.